Nick Pinizotto here with the National Deer Association, and the focus of the day, summer food plots. Now I'm already a little bit later than I'd like to be doing this. It's late May. I'd rather done this a couple weeks ago, but it is what it is. You do it whenever you have time. And when I say food plots, I'm sort of saying that with a grain of salt here because there is a food benefit to what I'm planting, but what I'm really trying to do is gain long-term soil health. And so what I'm planting is buckwheat. And buckwheat, one nice thing about buckwheat is it's inexpensive. The other nice thing about it is it's easy to grow. And as my good friend Ron Haas, who is an excellent habitat manager, points out, he says buckwheat makes you look like a food plot hero, and I'll take all the help that I can get. So what I'm doing is I'm using my Ferminator, and I'll give a quick shout out to the Ferminator. It's just an outstanding tool. I just have the ATV model, and I'm able to come in and break up really hard sod that's just been in grass for a long time. I'm able to break it up with an aggressive disc, and then I can tune it back a little bit to a light disc and cul-de-pack and get a really nice smooth seed bed. And that tool has just worked tremendously for me because what I'm doing is I'm working what used to be old strip mine. And so it's been reclaimed, as they call it, reclaimed, but the soils that they used and put back really aren't great soils. So I really need to break them up and build that up over time in order to get them in the condition that I want. And the Ferminator's allowed me to do that. Now, as I said, buckwheat's easy to grow, so I might have done a little bit of overkill here. You can almost throw that stuff on a sidewalk, I think, and it'll grow. But what I'd like to do is get in, break the soil up, get it really chopped up. Again, this is soil that I want to work. And then come back through with a lighter disc, break that up a little bit further, and just to continue to break those mounds down. And then cul-de-pack it and produce that very beautiful seed bed, and then come in and seed over top of that. And I'm able to do all of that with the Ferminator, and it goes rather quickly. Now, food plots don't have to be the same thing all the time. And another example I have of that is right down over the hill for me is a food plot where actually I was hunting when I shot my buck last year. And that at that time, that plot was planted in brassicas and other cool season forages that you would expect to plant that time of year. Well, at the end of the season, I came back in and I seeded over with winter wheat and come back in this spring, and I've got this beautiful stand of wheat and also crimson clover that was in the original mix that I planted that apparently didn't germinate whenever I seeded in the fall. And so with that plot, what I've decided to do is just leave it be because it creates tremendous cover for, at this time of year especially, turkey poults that are going to be on the ground soon, fawns that are dropping right now as I'm recording this, and also a little bit of food in there with the crimson clover. So leave that plot be for now, but then come back in the fall, put something in there again that's going to be a little bit more conducive to a hunting environment. So bottom line is take the opportunity to get as much out of your property and your land as you possibly can. And with food plots, they can be, as I said, different things, different times of the year. I want to point you to a great resource, nationaldeerassociation.com. I can tell you if you go and search anything related to food plot, habitat, herbicide, fertilizer, you're going to find it on our NDA website. As a matter of fact, I went and searched buckwheat for summer food plots, and lo and behold, the very first article that came up was the NDA article on planting buckwheat. So I encourage you to do that. National Deer Association, we appreciate your support. I hope you get out there and get after it this summer and get the absolute most out of your land.